Hi everyone. This is one of my more important posts that I need you all to push out immediately, as this is meant directly for the people of Gaza. This is especially important for those that are linked with anyone from Gaza in any way, shape, or form. So please share this message widely and ask that those in Gaza that receive this message to share this widely as well. Now that the minute-by-minute onslaught of the terrorist non-state of Israel has slowed down, not ceased, but slowed down, and aid is starting to come in more rapidly, there are many silent killers that the Palestinians of Gaza face every single day, one of which is called refeeding syndrome. Thanks to my friends at PHAID, I'm going to explain what this is, as well as how to avoid it. So what is refeeding syndrome? Refeeding syndrome, or RFS for short, is a potentially fatal metabolic disturbance that occurs when malnourished patients are rapidly reintroduced to feeding. This is precisely what the people of Gaza are going through. Refeeding syndrome is characterized by hormonal and metabolic changes that cause dangerous fluid and electrolyte shifts, impacting the heart, lungs, muscles, and brain. It can affect patients who are starved, severely malnourished, or metabolically stressed due to illness. Who is at risk of refeeding syndrome? Those who have eaten very little or not eaten at all for 5 days in a row or more. Those who have lost 15% or more of their weight in the last 3 months. In adults, their clothes have become very loose, and if already thin, their bones are now starting to show. In children, they do not seem to be growing taller or outgrowing their clothes, as expected for a child of their age. Those who are already ill with chronic health conditions, including the elderly. Refeeding syndrome is more likely to be deadly the longer and more severe the starvation and the more elderly and sicker a person is. Children can also get refeeding syndrome, but it is usually milder. Overweight people who have been starved can also get refeeding syndrome. What are the symptoms of refeeding syndrome? The symptoms are usually seen within 72 hours, but can appear later, especially in those who have been starving for a long time and have lost a lot of weight. The more serious symptoms include tiredness and weakness, more so than before, swelling of the body, example, hands, feet, face, arms, and legs, muscle spasms and cramps, a very fast and or irregular heart rate, difficulty breathing, confusion, paralysis, seizures. And if not treated, refeeding syndrome can result in a person going into a coma and dying. How can refeeding syndrome be avoided? A person at risk of refeeding syndrome should be admitted to a hospital and managed by doctors. The following advice should only be followed if this is not possible. For the first 3 days, day 1 through 3, give them a quarter-sized meals of a normal full-sized meal for a person of their age and size. For the next 3 days, day 4 through 6, give them half-sized meals. From day 7 and onwards, they can have normal-sized meals. During this time, it is important to monitor for symptoms of refeeding syndrome. If any symptoms develop, take the person to a hospital immediately. In the meantime, or if this is not possible, they should reduce the amount they are eating and drinking and wait until the symptoms disappear before increasing again. Here are the types of food and drink for refeeding syndrome. Avoid foods high in sugar or sugary drinks. The best foods to eat include fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, protein-rich grains, for example, oats, bulgur, or frike, eggs, yogurt, and cheese, fish, chicken, and beef. The best thing to drink is milk. If that is not available, water is fine. Once eating and drinking, a person at risk of refeeding syndrome should also take a multivitamin tablet or syrup every day. If available, they should also take thiamine 100 milligrams 3 times a day for 14 days. Children under the age of 10 years old should be given 50 milligrams of thiamine syrup 3 times a day for 14 days. So that's all the information I have, but please stay tuned for the end of this video, which has the English and Arabic posters that you can screenshot and share, which are also available on the PHAID Instagram page. Thanks for hearing me out, and thank you to PHAID for this incredibly vital information. Again, let's get this information out to Gaza to avoid any more death and devastation than they're already dealing with. Peace and love.